everyone, and welcome to the Eli Ommen Short Film Showcase. During my time at Webster University, I've created a collection of different short films, some of which I'm excited to share with you today. All of these films have had many hours of hard work and dedication put into them, so if you haven't already, I ask at this time that you please silence your cell phones so that everyone can have an enjoyable experience watching the movies on the big screen. With that being said, thank you for being here today, thank you for your support, and let's go ahead and roll that first film. The first film featured today actually predates my time at Webster University and was a very personal piece that I created to express the weight that the COVID-19 pandemic was having on my life and the lives of all of us. The idea for the film started as a more narrative, fictional sci-fi piece about a girl looking for the companionship of her brother. But after shooting the first section of the film, I decided that it would have a much greater impact as a poetic piece. One thing that I believe makes a good film is seeing the story, not hearing it. While narration and dialogue can have a huge impact on the film, I believe that the old saying rings true, that a picture can speak 1,000 words. And what I like to say is that 24 pictures a second can speak more than words. And I bring that up because even though this piece actually features narration, one aspect that continually brings me back to watch this film, even as we put the pandemic in the rearview mirror, is the way the visuals really represent the way that I felt and the way that some of you might felt, and that is alone. A new decade seconds away. I remember the excitement, picturing what the next 10 years would hold. We had no idea our lives would be changed forever. January 20th, 2020. The day it came. Taking away life as we knew it. Separating humanity from itself. Each day feeling like the last. Each day waking up hoping our life is back. Each day remembering life before. We all thought it would leave by now, giving us our life back. Yet every day we wake up to the reality that it has not left. It might not be leaving. How much longer will we walk through life, distant from all mankind, every day thinking that it's almost over, when in reality, it's only just begun. Whew. I apologize for making you emotional right off the bat, but I wanted to share that special piece with you, so thank you. Let's take it in a little more lighthearted direction. This next piece was generated during the height of the pandemic as my fellow film students and I navigated the mask rules on our film sets. Masks were required on all actors, family or not, during the spring semester of 2021. While some students complained, our professors urged us to take the rule as a challenge rather than as a requirement, and that is exactly what I set out to do. While sitting in my room, racking my brain, trying to figure out a storyline that involved a mask, I spotted my half 3D printed Mandalorian helmet sitting on a shelf in my closet. I drove home the following 3 weekends from St. Louis to finish the Mando helmet, and with the mask finished and a funny spin-off of The Mandalorian written, I produced, directed, edited, DP'd, camera opped, sound recorded, sound edited, and created visual effects for Normal Life of an Ex-Space Hero.
sun is hot and that old clock is moving slow, and so am I. Workday passes like molasses in wintertime, but it's July. I'm getting paid by the hour and older by the minute. My boss just pushed me over the limit. I'd like to call him something. I think I'll just call it a day.
Hey Bubba, what's up? Life here on Earth is great. No distractions, no work, no evil empire coming after my head. Just chilling with no worries. A galaxy far, far away. Boring? No, it is anything but boring. They do some weird things here, though. Like, for some reason, only some doors open automatically. The others have what they call a handle. Talk about a lot of work. How are you supposed to make a grand entrance to capture bounty when you have to open the door? Yeah. Also, there aren't any droids. I know, right? You have to hire an actual person to do your chores. Then you have to pay them. Kinda ridiculous. But hey, I'm not about to mow the grass. Oh yeah. Also, it is all the craze to play these virtual game things. Video games, I think they're called. I tried this one called Squadrons. I don't understand why these people want to be chased down by TIE fighters for fun. You and me both know it's not a fun time running from those bucket heads. Alright, Boba, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later, dude. Yep, may the Force be with you too. Bye. Dear Mando, the child needs you. Please come back. From Luke. That is definitely not the way.
Life could be a dream if I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang. Oh, 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 bip, a bip, a dip. Oh, life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, maybe we'd be so fine.
Oh, life could be a dream. Shaboom, if I could take you up in paradise up above. Shaboom, tell me, darling, I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again. Boom, oh, life could be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Remember the days when we used to fly through the stars? Free to go anywhere we wanted, see what we wanted to see. Of course you don't. You're just a doll. I was your hero, and you were my friend. Hello? Bubba, I'm done. Can you be here tomorrow? It's been fun, Earth, but it's time to get back to what? And who I love. This is the way.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that had been away haven't changed, had much to say. But man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were around, how you was, where you could be found. I told them you were living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. I said, the boys are back in town, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town, the boys are back in town, the boys are back in town, boys are back in town.
As we leave Mando and Boba Fett to fly away to a galaxy far, far away, we move on to my next piece, which was actually my final for my experimental film class, which I took last semester at Webster. For those of you who are unfamiliar with experimental film, it is basically very simple. It's experimental. Basically, anything that is not documentary or a narrative film could be categorized as experimental film. I've always been fascinated with watching old footage of mine. I find that searching through my archives of footage is like physically searching through my brain, trying to find old memories, which bring back more memories, which have memories of their own. This never-ending chain reaction, like the reverb of a piano chord in a large concert hall. A quote I love from Dr. Seuss is, "You'll never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory." We now move from experimental film to actual film. Even though digital was becoming rapidly popular when I first picked up a camera, I started my journey to filmmaking with film stills on my great-grandfather's Canon AE-1 film camera. When I was told that a 60mm film class was going to be offered during my last semester at Webster University, I knew I had to try it, and boy was I right. It gave me an appreciation for the freedom that digital filmmaking allows, all the technology that lets us redo and redo until our heart's content, but it also gave me an appreciation for the art of shooting on film. It requires lots of attention to detail, which has given me experience that has improved my digital filmmaking as well. This 400-foot roll of 16mm film is the project that my partner Megan and I shot with an ARRI Flex SR2 4x3 film camera. This film also takes on an experimental form, as both of us had used most of our brain power on our senior short film projects. So we decided to go to a local park in Webster Groves and walk around and just shoot stuff that was interesting, and decided that we'd figure out the story later. So, ironically enough, later, when I was editing it, after it was developed and digitized, my professor came over and he was like, "Wait a minute, this looks like a breakup video." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." So I gave it a monochrome look, a French title, and our film on film was finished. Before you all leave, unfortunately, there is not a lunch break. That is the name of the next film, which was inspired by shorts that comedian and actor Kevin James posts on his YouTube channel. The challenge with this film was how fast we had to shoot it, because it had to be during the class time so that our professor could come around and give us tips and advice. This meant that we had very little time, so I thought a simple story about a security guard could make a funny little short. While we don't have a lunch break, Mike sure is enjoying his.
Mike! Mike, can I please have your keys? A student needs to be led into West Hall.
Oh, yes, sir. The final film of this event, which also happens to be my newest short film, is the most ambitious short film I've taken on up to this point in my career as a filmmaker. Over winter break, as I prepared for my final semester at Webster University, I knew I needed a short film for my senior overview. Since I was a little kid, I have been fascinated with visual effects. I slowly started teaching myself by watching YouTube video after YouTube video, attending free webinars, and getting free student licenses to software. I have always had it in the back of my mind that one day it'd be cool to be a visual effects artist. But I never thought I would be good enough to be able to create believable visual effects. I contemplated all winter break if I should risk it, even if it is a complete failure, and push my visual effects skills to the max by creating a sci-fi film with a CG character. After lots of back and forth, yes and no, script after script, revision after revision, I said to myself that if this is something I really want to do, then now is the time to go for it. So I walked in my second week of class and told everyone my idea. As I stared out into the classroom full of concerned and worried faces, I thought to myself I might have just made a huge mistake. But as I slowly started cracking away at shots, I started surprising myself, my classmates, and my professor. I became more and more confident that I had the skills, and they had just been hiding behind my fear of failure. It just took a leap of faith in order for those skills to make themselves present. That is why the name of this film has more than one meaning to me. Being someone who loves space, at the time of writing this script, I watched a video about astronomers who thought that there might be a ninth planet. While the potential planet is not visible, because of the way space moves around it, there is evidence to suggest that it might be there. So I decided to name this film Planet 9. One, because it sounds cool and sci-fi, but also because it is a representation of the journey I've been on to finding these hidden skills. After 100 plus hours of work, I'm excited to share with you my latest film, Planet 9.
Hello, Project 9. How are you doing on this fine morning? I am Intelligence Unit 462. IU 462 for short. I'm here to rescue you. Sir, I'm here to save you.
Go away.
My apologies, sir, but you don't understand.
I'm fine here. just by myself. Do you understand?
Do I understand what?
Are you even listening to me?
How may I assist you in answering your question?
How about you go away?
Invalid answer. Please restate.
Listen, buddy. I'm doing just fine here on my own.
But sir... Sir, the RF amplifier needs to be connected to the mixer. Sir, I'm not here to rescue you. I'm here to gather information on this planet. After your SOS message, you were presumed dead after no further communications.
I don't care if they do think I'm dead.
That's too bad, because your mother knows you're alive. Walter. Walter. Earth is in vitally unstable condition. This planet is humanity's only chance of survival.
Then go tell them. I know you have comms in that flight capsule, so go tell them. But I want you to know that this planet has taken me in and patched me up, provided for me, and I'll fight to my last breath to keep it that way.
Walter, I'm not going to do that. This started out as your mission, and I'm going to leave it up to you to finish it. I have 2 minutes of power left. My comm desk is in the capsule. This planet may have fixed you physically. I just hope it will fix your heart too. Goodbye, Walter.
I hope you enjoyed my latest film, Planet 9. I actually have one bonus video for you, figuring that I might get a lot of questions about how I pulled off some of the shots in Planet 9. I thought it'd be fun to share a VFX breakdown video with you so you can see a small glimpse at all the work my crew, cast, and I put into this film. Enjoy. Thank you for attending the Eli Ommen Short Film Showcase. I appreciate you taking an interest in my work, and feel free to ask me any questions afterwards. I hope you have a great rest of your day.